Coach, it is a building that has seen it all through the many years of its existence as EA Sports welcomes you to Oakland, California. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Oakland Raiders. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8. On second down, Jacobs. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That second down play nets a -4. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now on fourth down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal. From the 2 now, second and goal. To throw is Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. So the sack means it's third and goal now from the 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. D. Ford just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a third and long. Flush to his right. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want...
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run, and the Raiders have taken the lead. Well, Charles, you said it after the 4th down stop. That's almost guaranteed points the other way, and that comes to fruition with a touchdown.
Well, the unnecessary risk did come back to haunt them, didn't it? End up getting those points that I predicted that they were going to give up because it's guaranteed points if you don't make that play.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. To throw, it's Garoppolo. He finds Taylor, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 34. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin there to make the grab. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Carr now to throw. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 33 yards that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Carr gives to Rashard. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Carr going to throw.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Rashard. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if it was to bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10. So we got Free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. The business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Now Carr got him in. It's Brown. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will knot us up at 10. A good drive gets him in. Punch it in.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go,
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is Harris. Shoves him away. A field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Here's Carr. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And that's complete to Luke Wilson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Buying time to his left. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Refusing to go down. Oh, refusing to go down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down. So we now proceed to the start of the second half. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
It's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, 39 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Oh, the Raiders have it. The big fella. He's at the 50. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Oftentimes when you give up a touchdown, it's really a deflation for your entire unit. And the special teams crew, when they run out there, they still feel it, and maybe they don't go after it so much. Instead, they gave great effort there, blocked the extra point, and really gave them a lift after giving up the score.
Yeah, gave up the touchdown, lost the lead, but a nice job to get in there and block it. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame. I hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Being chased out left. Dancing to his left. He's going deep. That's caught inside the 20. That one goes for 36 yards. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Going right side here, and that's complete. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the 2nd time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Like 80!
Garoppolo on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there, and that'll bring up second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
He's going deep for Brown. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 21.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards, first down Niners. Garoppolo, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Garoppolo, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vontaze Burfict, able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Garoppolo looks to throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Garoppolo now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. And the Raiders have got him. Vontaze Burfict able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. There's Garoppolo to throw, and his throw is incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Cleveland Farrell, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Here's Jacobs, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Play is under review.
Josh Jacobs, the ball carrier.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. This is caught inside the 15. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Luke Wilson, 67 yards, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
To throw is Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Got the connection here to Bourne. Touchdown, 49ers. Kendrick Bourne, 69 yards, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for the Raiders. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 25 yards that time. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Steps away, and he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10.
Come on now, let's go!
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.